In today's video, we're breaking down a movie that starts off like a simple road trip, but quickly turns into one of the most mind-bending supernatural mysteries you'll ever see. The movie is called Diary, and trust me, this is not your regular thriller. We're talking about a 16-year-old unsolved murder case, a mysterious bus that appears only once every 4 years on February 29th, and a police officer who unknowingly gets pulled into a truth that completely changes his reality. As the story unfolds, the line between reality and the supernatural starts to blur, and nothing is what it seems. So if you're ready for a full breakdown of a movie that twists your brain till the very end, stick around, because this is going to get wild. Let's get into it. The film starts with a married couple driving through the highways of Tamil Nadu. They're heading to Uttakamand, a popular hill station. It's nighttime, the roads are dark and empty. As they approach this specific stretch called 13 Hairpin Bend, which is basically a series of sharp curves in the road, the husband wakes up his wife and tells her something important. He says, "We're about to pass through 13 Hairpin Bend. You know what this place is famous for, right? This area is supposedly haunted." He explains, late at night, when people drive through here, they see a woman on the road. She's carrying a child, trying to cross. Whatever you do, don't stop the car. Don't acknowledge her. If you do, something terrible will happen. The wife listens, but probably thinks her husband is just trying to scare her. But then, exactly when they reach 13 Hairpin Bend, something appears on the road. The husband loses control of the vehicle. Their car crashes into a tree. We later see news coverage of this accident on TV. The reporters mention that this isn't the first accident at 13 Hairpin Bend. In fact, accidents happen here quite frequently. Some people believe the area is genuinely haunted. Others think it's just a dangerous stretch of road where visibility is poor. Either way, this accident sets everything in motion. Now we jump to Tamil Nadu Police Training Academy. It's the final day of training for a new batch of police officers. The trainer, a senior police officer, gathers all the recruits and tells them something important. He says, in Tamil Nadu, there are many unsolved cases, criminal cases that have gone cold. Nobody has been able to solve them. He pulls out this massive file rack and says, every single file in here represents an unsolved case. Your job is to pick one case and try to solve it. This will be your final project. One of the recruits, a sharp, determined officer named Vardhan, picks a file. The case he selects is about a couple who was murdered in a hotel in Uttakamand. The crime happened about 16 years ago. According to the file, the couple was killed and the murderers stole their jewelry and fled. The police never found any leads. The case went cold and has remained cold for 16 years. Vardhan is persistent. He's convinced he can find something new. The constable gives Vardhan his old investigation file, the notes he took 16 years ago. It's not much, but it's something. Days pass. Vardhan and Pavitra dig deeper into the 16-year-old murder. They're comparing old case files with similar crimes from around that time period, trying to find patterns or connections. Meanwhile, Pavitra and Vardhan develop feelings for each other. They even visit a church to meet Vardhan's godfather, who's a priest, to seek his blessing. But despite all their effort, they can't find solid evidence. The case remains frustratingly vague. Then one day, a girl goes missing. Her parents come to Pavitra's police station to file a missing persons report. Pavitra handles it and then leaves to meet Vardhan. Here's where things get interesting. Vardhan receives a call from Inspector Akshay in a nearby city called Kozhikode. Akshay says, I think your 16-year-old murder case might be connected to a case I'm investigating. The perpetrators might be the same, two guys named Jai Kumar and Anand. This is their first real lead. But then they realize something crucial. Vardhan's service car, which contains all their investigation files and evidence, is missing. They check CCTV footage and discover that a criminal named Satya Ram stole the car. Finding Satya Ram becomes urgent because he has their entire case file. Now, the film shifts perspective. We follow the three criminals, Jai Kumar, Anand, and Satya.
These are the guys who killed that 16-year-old couple 16 years ago. We watch them commit a new murder in a hotel, steal jewelry, and then head to a bus station in Ootacamund. They're trying to escape the city. There's a specific bus, number TN43N0715, waiting at the bus stand. Just as Satya is about to board, he feels something overwhelming. He senses a strong negative presence. Something evil is on that bus, but he boards anyway. The bus already has 2 passengers, an old sadhu, a spiritual guru, and a young girl named Lizzie. The bus stops and picks up more people. A young girl named Lizzo gets on the bus. Her father drops her off and leaves. There's also a young man on the bus who's waiting for his girlfriend. According to a conversation we overhear, his girlfriend's family is forcing her to marry someone else, so they're planning to run away together. Then we see 2 more young people, Raghav and Rochelle. They're escaping from their homes. Raghav's father is a powerful politician named Ganesha, who sent his goons to find and kill them because Raghav dared to love someone outside his approval. There's also a family with a child boarding the bus, a mother, father, and young child. And there are 2 more men on the bus, goons sent by the politician Ganesha to hunt down Raghav and Rochelle. So this bus has become this strange mix of criminals, young lovers fleeing, spiritual people, innocent travelers, and hired assassins. It's like a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Meanwhile, as Raghav and Rochelle talk, they reveal that Rochelle brought all her family's gold jewelry with her. She's planning to sell it so they can start a new life together. When the 3 criminals, Jai Kumar, Anand, and Satya, hear this, they immediately plan to steal Rochelle's jewelry. An old lady on the bus suggests they should get married quickly at the next temple they pass. She says, once you're married, no one can separate you. Society won't interfere. So the bus stops at a temple. Passengers help Raghav and Rochelle get married right there. The old sadhu, who has been sleeping, suddenly wakes up and realizes she's alone. She looks around and sees handprints appearing on the bus windows. She sees strange, horrifying faces. Terrified, she falls and starts praying. Meanwhile, as the bus continues driving, passengers encounter more supernatural occurrences. A man sitting with the sadhu says he feels something dark radiating from Lizzie. He senses that Lizzie is haunted. When he tries to wake Lizzie, her face transforms into something demonic. Terrified, he and the sadhu decide they need to get off the bus at the next stop. The bus continues its journey through the night. At one point, a police checkpoint stops it. The officers inside ask passengers if they've seen Raghav and Rochelle. An old lady mistakenly reveals that the couple just got married at a nearby temple. This information reaches Ganesha, the politician. He sends his goons to intercept the bus. Inside the bus at night, the 3 criminals try to steal Rochelle's jewelry while passengers are sleeping. But Lizzie, the young girl, wakes up and screams. This alerts everyone. Satyaram boards the bus with Vardhan's stolen car. Vardhan spots him and arrests the 3 criminals. But Vardhan also discovers something shocking. Inside Vardhan's car is a necklace, the exact same necklace from the 16-year-old murder case file. This is the smoking gun evidence he's been looking for. But as the bus approaches 13 Hairpin Bend, strange things accelerate. Vardhan and other passengers start experiencing terrifying supernatural events. The goons catch up to the bus. They fire bullets inside. Raghav and Rochelle are shot and killed. The bus driver is also shot. Without a driver, the bus loses control. It swerves and crashes. And here's the crucial connection. At the exact same moment, the same married couple from the opening, the ones we saw at the beginning of the film, are passing through 13 Hairpin Bend in their car. Because of the runaway bus, their car crashes into a tree. The entire opening scene now makes sense. It's connected to this bus. The bus veers towards a cliff and seems about to plunge into a ravine, but it stops at the edge. One wrong move and it'll fall. Vardhan manages to save a few people and get them out of the bus. Then the bus plunges into a ravine below. The next day, police and ambulances arrive. They use a crane to pull the bus out of the ravine. But here's where things get absolutely mind-bending. The bus looks ancient. It looks like it's been sitting at the bottom of that ravine for decades, not just overnight. It's rusted, deteriorated, falling apart. But yesterday, when people were boarding and riding this bus, it looked like a normal, functioning bus. When they open the bus, they find human skeletons inside, multiple sets of bones, but only one fresh body, a man who was sitting near Lizzie. Vardhan and Pavitra get copies of old police records. They find a report from 16 years ago. A bus with the exact same number, TN43N0715, disappeared overnight. It vanished without a trace. Also from 16 years ago, a couple was murdered in a hotel in Udakamandam. That's the case Vardhan has been investigating. Vardhan realizes something impossible. He tells Pavitra, "I feel like I traveled back in time last night. I experienced events from 16 years ago. I watched that murder happen in real time." Pavitra listens and eventually helps Vardhan piece everything together. They realize that the bus disappeared 16 years ago, and the couple who were murdered, they died in a car accident at 13 Hairpin Bend that same night. But wait, Vardhan was just born 16 years ago. His parents died in that accident. The couple in the car from the opening of our film, those are his parents.
Vardhan visits a priest, his godfather. The priest reveals a shocking truth. The priest found a baby, Vardhan, in the back seat of a wrecked car. His parents were dead, but he survived. The priest adopted him and raised him. The priest shows Vardhan a photo of his real parents, the couple from that opening scene. For the past 16 years, Vardhan has been waiting for this bus. Every night he sits and waits. 4 years pass. Vardhan and Pavitra get married. They have a son. Then Akshay, the inspector from the nearby city, calls and says, "I'm getting married on February 29th. Can you come?" Vardhan says, "I can't come. February 29th is the anniversary of my parents' death. I need to be somewhere else." Pavitra suddenly realizes something crucial. She says, "Wait, your parents' accident happened on February 29th, and 4 years ago, when you investigated this case, you only experienced that bus on February 29th. This bus appears every 4 years. On February 29th, it's a leap year phenomenon." Vardhan understands. This is his moment. That night, on February 29th, Vardhan and Pavitra stand waiting at the bus stand. The bus appears, the same bus, looking new again. Vardhan and Pavitra board the bus. The film ends there, but the implication is clear. So here's what's actually happening. This isn't just a supernatural mystery. It's a loop, a cosmic loop that repeats every 4 years on February 29th. The people who died in connection with this bus, whether directly or indirectly, are stuck in this loop. Their deaths weren't resolved. Their murders weren't solved. They didn't get justice. The only people who could escape the bus were those who were alive in the present timeline, like Vardhan, Pavitra, and the constable. The only fresh body found was the man who was sitting near Lizzie, and he was the only person from the present timeline who actually died on the bus. Here's the crucial thing. The murders that led to all these deaths, the murder of that couple 16 years ago, Raghav and Rochelle's deaths, the deaths of innocent people, all of it happened because of a chain of events. Jai Kumar, Anand, and Satya murdered that couple. That led to a series of consequences that eventually resulted in more deaths. These trapped souls needed justice. They needed someone to solve the case and expose the truth. Vardhan finally did that. He caught the criminals. He solved the case that had been unsolved for 16 years. And now, by boarding that bus on the same date at the same place where his parents died, Vardhan is completing a circle.
He's finally reuniting with his parents. He's achieving closure. What makes Diary such a brilliant film is how it weaves mystery, supernatural elements, and emotional depth. The twist isn't just shocking, it's emotionally resonant. The ending isn't sad, it's bittersweet. Vardhan finally gets closure. He finds his parents, but it comes at a supernatural, otherworldly cost. This film explores themes of justice, closure, cyclical time, and the idea that some deaths demand resolution, some cases demand to be solved. If this film is available where you live, please watch it. It's unlike anything you've seen before. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about this film and its ending.